everyone. As many of you may know, one of my favorite fantasy series of all time has got to be the Pendragon Cycle by Stephen R. Lawhead. In terms of Arthurian retellings, this has got to be my favorite series that falls under that description. Currently, it is a 5-book series with a prequel novel having been just released by Lawhead earlier this year. I reviewed that on this channel. I thought it was excellent. Go check out that review if you want to hear my thoughts. But this is going to be a big year for the Pendragon Cycle. You see, this series was started by Lawhead in the mid-'80s. And then he wrote the last book in the 90s until this year with that prequel novel. But not only is there a new novel in the series coming out, but a TV adaptation is in the works, currently in production, and should be released later this year. And so to commemorate that, Baen Publishing has decided to republish the first 3 books in the Pendragon Cycle, not only to match with this new prequel novel that Lawhead wrote, but also to coincide with the new TV adaptation. So I could not be more excited for this. I hope that these books sell well enough that they'll consider publishing the last 2 books in the series as well in this same style. The Pendragon Cycle has been in and out of print since the 80s, and so it's been tricky to find a good matching set of all of the covers. And some of the covers have been awful, literally just like the text of the titles of the book on a white background, and some of them have been really good, but rarely have there been good matching sets. So today I'd like to talk very briefly about that with a big excitement about that at the end. So these novels are tie-ins with the new TV show. Now, for some people, that's a red flag. Often people don't like tie-in things, but there are 2 types of adaptation tie-in covers that are out there. One is just the movie poster as the book cover. This is bad. This is unacceptable. Love you, Braveheart, but do not publish a book tie-in this way with just the movie poster. The other one, though, is to do something inspired by the adaptation. So taking the actors, taking a photo of them, taking some sort of art that's inspired from whether it's the show or the movie. This is acceptable. Maybe it's not everybody's preference, but I actually really like this. I think if you're going to do a tie-in thing, which is a necessary thing to do in publishing, I actually really like this style, where you don't just take the poster, you do something that's using the actors or a location or something, or a famous prop from the adaptation, and you do a cover that way. And so I would like to show you something that Baen Publishing actually sent me to help announce this new re-release of the Pendragon Cycle. These are the new versions of the Pendragon Cycle. So this is book 1. This is Taliesin, and we can see here this picture of Taliesin, obviously the titular character, and the father of Merlin. So this is sort of like the great grandfather of the Arthurian myth in this version of the story. So yeah, I really like this. The next cover is going to be for Merlin. This is book 2 in the series, and we get kind of a different look here. This is obviously, once again, the actor who plays Merlin, but wielding this Celtic-looking sword. So once again, I like this cover as well. And then finally, we have a picture of what's presumably Arthur holding, one of his swords. There's a couple of significant swords in this series, but all 3 of these, I think, work really well. They tie well together with each other, while each having their own distinct look, so it's not just like actors' faces on the cover. So I really do like these editions. I do kind of have a mix and match of other versions of the Pendragon Cycle currently as my copies, but I'm going to be swapping it out for this new version that Baen has published. As you can see, all of them nice matching spines there with the Baen logo at the top. Hot take here, but I think the Baen logo is one of the most underrated logos in sci-fi fantasy publishing. I just think it looks fantastic on the shelves. So thank you to Baen for reprinting these. Thank you to the Baen team, for Jason, for sending these to me. Guys, I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. And thank you to Stephen Lawhead for writing the new prequel novel that's prompted this reprinting as well as this adaptation. And yeah, if anyone from the Baen team is watching this, yeah, I really hope you guys are able to reprint book 4, that's called Pendragon, and book 5, Grail, so we can have a full matching set along with the new prequel novel, Aurelia. All right, guys, so here's where things get a little bit exciting. So since this is the big year of the Pendragon Cycle, with the new book, with the adaptation, and with the new series re-release with the new tie-in covers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway here. So I would like more people to read this series. I think it is very much underrated. So I'm going to be doing some reviews for some of these books coming up really soon here. And then in the comment section to this video, but then also to the videos for the reviews of this series coming up, all you guys need to do is just comment that you would like a copy of this, and I'm going to take everybody who comments, going to put them into some sort of way to randomize it, and then I'm going to pick somebody, and then we'll communicate with them. And yeah, I will purchase for you guys and send you a copy of Book 1, Taliesin by Lawhead, so you guys can start the Pendragon Cycle for yourselves. Guys, I do highly recommend this series. There's not been a better time to be a fan of the Pendragon Cycle. Let's all get on the hype train for the adaptation. And like I said, the prequel novel really is worth the read, and it is a good starting place for the series. Obviously, I'd recommend starting with Book 1 over the prequel novel, but if you want to see what the new novel's hype is all about as well, you can start there. Even though Taliesin was written in the 80s, it still holds up very, very well. There's a lot I could say about this book, but the series in general that I'll say for a review. So all I'll say is that if you want a fantastic retelling of the Arthurian story that keeps it very fresh with some new and exciting characters that you haven't seen before in a version of the Arthurian story, while keeping in some good old classics of the tale, this is the series for you. The prose is beautiful, it's sophisticated. Lawhead has a very epic way of telling the story since it spans multiple generations. There's a depth to it because of that. There's a sense of legacy that he really explores here, and there's a lot of really interesting themes, such as the old world fading away, and how do we build a new world out of the rubble of myth and legend, and how do we unite a people together? How do we stand against those who would seek to create chaos and destruction in Great Britain? How do you unite a people and build up a country? And many of these themes really are timeless. And what role does personal responsibility play in all of this? So these are all things that Lawhead explores in this series. You can absolutely read this as a trilogy, which is, I think, why Baen first published it this way, because the series was originally written as a trilogy. Books 4 and 5 really do flesh out a lot of things about this. So anyway, guys, if you are interested in a free copy of Taliesin, once again, I won't be offended if you're not interested, but I do highly recommend this book. So if you are interested, comment below that you are, and you will go into the drawing here for this free book giveaway. And then, yeah, hopefully we can motivate some more people to start up with this series. So anyway, guys, I just want to say thanks to Baen and to Lawhead once again. This is a great set. It'll look great on your shelf, so you all should get it. But that's the big rambling announcement for the day, guys, and look forward to more Pendragon Cycle content coming soon. Anyway, that's all from me for today, guys. Take care.